Hello! Today I'm going to share with you some information about one of my favorite plants here in the garden. It's Pycnanthemum Muticum, or mountain mint. There are approximately 20 different kinds of mountain mint. This one is also known as the cluster mountain mint or the tooth-leaved mountain mint. It grows all the way from Maine to Michigan and as far south as Georgia and Texas. So essentially it tends to stay as a native plant predominantly found in the northeast of the United States. This is a native plant. It ranks on top 10. Is one of the top 10 pollinator friendly plants. As you can see here, it attracts a wide variety of different insects including wasps, bees, flies. It really is one of those plants where you can find a very diverse populations of insects feeding and really working on the clusters of flowers. One of the interesting characteristics about these plants is the fact that it doesn't have that aggressive quality of true mint where they just want to take over your garden. Mountain mint, especially Pycnanthemum Muticum, it tends to form clumps. So it does spread by rhizomes, but it tends to stay in clumps. So you are actually able to manage it from season to season because it's going to pretty much stay on the same spot. It's going to continue to expand every year a little bit more, but it won't be shooting rhizomes 4 or 5 feet away from where it's growing like most of the other true mints. One of the reasons why I like to have this plant here in my garden is because of the functionality in terms of feeding and attracting pollinator and beneficial insects. When you think about the different functions in the garden and when you're trying to create a diverse, strong ecosystem, you want to think about the functions of different elements that different creatures can fulfill for you. One of them is pollinating. Obviously, pollinators are going to work on the mountain mint flowers, but they're also going to be working on all kinds of flowers throughout the garden, including your tomatoes and other fruits that you may be growing. But besides that, the mountain mint also has different oils in the flowers that bees, especially if you keep bees, this is a great plant to have for beekeepers because bees are actually able to get different chemical compounds from different plants and they will use them in the same way that we use them to treat different illnesses, different conditions that they may have. They actually go to different plants to find medicine. Here you can see there's different kinds of wasps that really are drawn to this plant, and wasps is one of the main insects in the garden when it comes to controlling undesirable pests. So this plant is really versatile. It has a beautiful presence, powdery white tops that really add a very elegant quality to your garden, but the functionality of it is really multifunctional. So when you're thinking about permaculture, this is really a true permaculture plant. It produces medicine for you. You can make teas from it. It produces medicines for insects that will help you with pest control, pollinating your crops. It adds the structure and aesthetic appeal to your garden. It's a native plant that supports native pollinators. And essentially, it's really one of the best plants that you can grow in your garden.